Welcome to the Militia Gaming community. I'm Trigger, and this is my guide for the Hunt Summit in the Crew 2. Let's go! The idea behind these summit guides is to prepare you to earn platinum rewards every single week. That's why I put this video out before the summit goes live by purchasing all of the summit cars and running all of the events beforehand so you don't have to. Unfortunately, this week there are 3 events in the summit that are brand new events, brand new activities that we have no idea how to play or what they entail. So that being said, those 3 activities I can't give you advice on up front. What I can say is that these events will be very similar to the chase events that we were using for the first episode of this season, however they will be off-road. I'm not claiming to be the best in the world, but I do have some really good advice for the remaining events for the average player to help boost you from gold or silver to rank up to platinum. I get platinum every single week, and it's because I study the best runs for each event before the summit goes live. Like I said, this video is really just a collection of the things I've learned from studying. Alright, let's get into it. The first event is the Pit Mines Escape. This escape is best tackled with a hypercar, preferably the Koenigsegg Regera. Using the path you see here, which is the exact same path as the world record holder, I managed to get 4th in the world on Xbox. I'll let the full run play out so you know exactly where to go, but the keys to this are getting out of the dirt sections quickly. So you need to hit the entrance to this escape as fast as you possibly can and get down the other hill on the other side as fast as you can so you can get to the pavement. Once you're on the pavement, it just takes a little bit of skill to get to the highway, and if you can get to the highway, you're in for a very high score because you can get 4, 5, maybe even 6,000 yards away. Here are my pro settings for the Regera. Next up is the St. George Speedtrap. This Speedtrap is pretty simple. Bring out your drag car for this one. I've only got one drag car, and it's the Corvette Stingray, so that's what I'll be using. Just back up the hill behind you and go as fast as you can. I recommend trying to time your NOS so that it runs out just before you go through the Speedtrap. It's pretty easy if your drag car is leveled up. Mine is not, by the way, but I still expect to get over 100,000 points for this event with this type of score. You should definitely shoot for over 330 miles an hour. Usually that gives you a decent score in the summits. Here are my Stingray Pro settings. Next up is the Wind Power Plant Slalom. Like all slaloms, it's super important to have a full set of score breaker parts on your vehicle. It will double the points that you score in the event. Also, it's highly recommended to have the affix stat skilled on all the parts with a maximum 10% benefit on each one. And lastly, you want to have the skilled stat maxed out on your icon points as well. Achieving a high score without these things is nearly impossible, even if you run a super clean slalom. After that, it just takes practice. I prefer using the Focus RS because it's the car I can control the best. I managed to score good enough to be in the top 100, and these are my pro settings. Next up is the Bayou Rally Raid with a forced vehicle. They haven't released which vehicle we are doing this with yet, so for the purposes of showing you the fastest route through the swamp, I'm using my Ford Focus RS again. The route I take is directly following the world record holder for Xbox, so pay attention to this clip. My guess is that we will be forced to use a hunt vehicle for this event, so be prepared to run this event multiple times for a solid time. Having Nitro Chemist, Pure, and Extra Pump will be super helpful for this event, so I would take the time to grind Rally Raid vehicles this week. Alright, I will let the rest of this roll so you can see the rest of the path, and then move on to the next event. Alright, moving on to the Dakota Grasslands dirt race. This event is a crossover. It's normally a monster truck race. However, in the summit, you will be forced to use the 911 GT 993 Rallycross vehicle. Unfortunately, that Rallycross vehicle is nowhere to be found in the Rallycross store. However, if you look at the Crew 2 website, where it shows the live summit bundle for this week, it actually shows the Porsche 911 GT3 RSRD limited edition Rallycross vehicle, which is in the Rallycross store and I do have and have played with. So let me show you my pro settings for that 911, just in case it's the right Porsche to use for this week. That being said, I do have a tip for you at the start of this race. The fence to your right is breakable. You can stay to the right of the traffic and get in front before the first turn. This should save you some time rather than getting tied up or locked behind all of the AI drivers. After that, it's going to be up to you to just stay on course. There's not really any big shortcuts or major turns that you need to be aware of. Because we don't have the details of the 3 Enforcer unit events, we're going to move on to the last event, which is the Glacier Park Special Stage Rallycross event using the Lancia Rally 037. For this event, I'm going to let my full run play again because there are too many cuts to talk about them separately. Most of them happen on the downhill switchback area of the course, and I could have taken them a lot cleaner, but enjoy the clip and I'll be back at the end to show you my pro settings. My pro settings for the Lancia Rally 037 look like this. And that's it for this one, guys. If you have any questions, don't forget you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. My DMs are always open. You can also connect with me on the Caliber Gaming Discord. There's an invite link in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to all the Militia subs. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.